About hello, Maker Viking Rick, Woozies, 3D RCNC, and SPC. Is that SPC as in those Fantasy Monster organization? Come on, there's 3 more of you there. Speak up. Cool. Wow. Yeah, that's the nice thing, Rick, is that many times a returned 3D printer is an extremely good buy because 99 out of 100 times it's the open the box, holy crap, this is more involved than I thought, close the box and hit return. So yeah, buying customer returns is a fantastic way to get cheap 3D printers. Nice. Hello, Jessica. It's good. It's the maple toast crunch or cinnamon toast crunch flavor. Mm. Little kitty cat mug. It even comes with a little kitty cat top. Ooh. Crimson, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, this last week has been a an interesting one. Now you mentioned it, Rick, not as bad as you, of course, but Michelle caught something last week, gave it to me, and then we were both pretty sick last week, so didn't do a stream. I was going to do it anyway, but my voice was cracking, and I was like, yeah, no. I was like, that's just not going to work if I can't talk. You can still hear a little bit of the crack from whatever I got. Flu, bug, whatever. Well, it only lasted like 3 days, so it must have just been a cold. I still wonder, we're taking all the safety precautions and we're still getting colds. It's like, come on, like, give me a break. But then Michelle got in a bit of trouble. I'm not going to go into too many details because it's very humiliating for her, but she got caught up in some gift card scams. And I've spent the last 4 days doing everything I possibly can to undo as much of that damage as possible, because she doesn't have $2,000 to satisfy the negative $2,000 balance in her account. Yeah. So actually later today, 2 o'clock, I got an appointment with the local police department to file a report. And then we got to go back to the bank and talk to their risk assessment investigation team to go over that. Wow. Well, so far she's negative $2,000. Typical scam. They deposit $2,000 into her account, ask her to get some gift cards, and then, of course, the $2,000 disappears after they've bought the gift cards. Hey, Ben. And the one good thing is that the fraud prevention programs that these gift card companies are obviously instituting are working. And they, of course, prefer, digital gift cards, because then they get to take the money instantly. And so these companies have more stringent identification requirements, verifications for those instant gift cards. And they obviously didn't meet them, most likely because you guys know that she's not the most brilliant person in the world. My sister, I love her, but she's not exactly, she doesn't have any street smarts, especially if it's something new that she hasn't done before. And I guess they couldn't talk her through enough of it to pass the ID verification, or they were new. And so thankfully most of the fraud detection built into these programs caught it. No, they don't. They don't have to take anything into account. In fact, they would use that against her. And in fact, they tried to do exactly that, use it against her. They tried to say, well, she was complicit. She helped them willingly. Therefore, there's no fraud on our part, on the bank's part. Yeah, so the bank is doing everything they can to wash their hands of it. And I thought credit unions should be different. I guess not. They're still just banks. Yeah, every word of that lady's mouth was designed with the intent of figuring out some way of shifting blame to Michelle and absolving the bank of any liability. And it was actually 2 different people scamming her at the same time. The one convinced her to actually buy gift cards at Walgreens. And those, of course, he got right away, and they're gone. We're still waiting to see if his deposit disappears. It's been 10 days, so maybe it won't. The bank's solution, if they declare her a vulnerable person, is she's not allowed to have an account. That I would have to be a signer on her account, which of course would make me financially responsible, which I can't do. Because I can't be financially responsible for anything risky, because that would place the house at risk. Which is exactly why they want it. They want somebody they can go after to take the money back from. And but it looks like most of them were caught by the fraud detection systems that these companies are actually starting to put into place. I'm guessing gift card companies are starting to be held liable, and so they're putting protections in place to detect fraud. And so like they tried to sign up for what was it, 14 cards on giftcards.com, but their fraud detection caught it and bounced them back. Then they tried to get like 22 cards on carddelivery.com. The fraud detection system caught it and bounced it back. Even ones where the money is legit there still. Like for example, they ended up finding out that they can't get digital gift cards, or at least these criminals weren't smart enough, so they started to get physical gift cards, ones that would actually be mailed to the house. Thankfully, I found out about it and was able to stop it before those cards started arriving. So, for example, I got one from Sephora, $200 freaking gift card from Sephora. And I guess they were hoping that they would still be interacting with her and be able to convince her to give them the numbers off that card. And of course, she resisted telling me because she's embarrassed, of course. But even they're giving me a hard time. Like I was like, I need to get this card refunded. You know, her bank account is negative $2,000. The more of these I can get refunded, the better. And keep in mind, now I have the gift card in my possession. The money has not been stolen or spent, so it's still there on that gift card, $200. And even they resisted it. They kept trying to change what I said. Oh, they are. They absolutely are. They kept trying to change what I was saying in order to shift liability. Like, here's a company where the money has not been stolen yet. It's still sitting there on the gift card. All they have to do is cancel the gift card. That's it. Just cancel the gift card. Problem solved. It's like, it's not like you lost the money or anything, but they already have the $200 and they want to keep it. Okay, so this company wants to keep the $200 because they already know we're not a customer. We don't even know what this place is. It's some kind of beauty makeup place, and the nearest one is like 60 miles away. And so they already know we're never going to be a customer, so they want to keep the money. And so it's like, oh, so your sister helped buy the gift card? I was like, no. I was like, don't change what I said. I was like, they logged into her account and they purchased the gift card. This is a fraudulent transaction. She did not make the purchase. And so she kept, because if she could get me to say yes, Michelle bought it, then she could say nope, it's non-refundable. You can't have the money back. So now it's being elevated to their investigation team. I have to get a police report for them and everything. They're trying to make it as hard as possible because they want to keep the money. It's ridiculous. The easiest one was PayPal. They did a Jim Browning. No, what about him? They immediately, as soon as I told them, what was going on, they stopped the transaction. But I guess part of that was the transaction was already on hold for suspicion, so the money hadn't actually been moved yet. So they canceled the transaction. Later today, I still have to call Target to cancel the $25 eBay gift card. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's the one who accesses their computers in India and accesses their webcams and stuff like that. Oh yeah, those guys are evil. The good evil. They're good evil kind of guys. And now the big one was they gave up on the gift card things and they ordered three $500 gift cards from some car parts company, Sprinter Parts Depot. I guess the guy owns a Sprinter. And oh, interesting. I think we may have gotten lucky. The big part of the $2,000 was the $1,500 in cards to Sprinter Parts, but I finally got a hold of him, and he thought they were suspicious, so he held them. So now he knows they're fraudulent, and he's not going to process them. And I own a computer repair shop. And but these it, it's the bank's fault. I'm sorry. I blame the bank because these people created, like I said, I won't go into details about her side because I don't want to embarrass her, so we're just going to talk about the scammer side. these people created a fake $2,000 ACH deposit into the account. Now, that's supposed to be a one-way transaction. An ACH is supposed to be better than a cashier's check. That's supposed to be a secure transfer, and yet they are returnable. So if you create a secure transaction that you tell people is a secure transaction, but you make it returnable, of course the scammers are going to use that. So they put $2,000 into her account, spent the money, and then of course 3 days later the ACH was fraudulent and got returned, but the money was already spent. You see what I mean? See how that works? It's like a money laundering thing out of nowhere. It's put a fake money in the account, spend it into real money, into real stuff, and then it gets returned, and the only person stuck with the debt is the person who's the victim. And now, of course, my first question to the bank, there is no easy way to tell. No, they actually did an ACH deposit. They generated a fake ACH deposit because they logged into the account and they spent the money buying gift cards. They did it. So, now see what happens here is like, for example, you get a check, okay? You deposit a check into your account. Well, that check isn't, that I might be able to look up made in the 80s. If you tell me the day you made the purchase, I might be able to go back and check. We can try that later and check. So you deposit a check into your account. Now, in a lot of banks, when you deposit that check, the funds are available that day or the next day. But the funds aren't actually there. Well, they're there. You can spend it. Basically, the bank is advancing you a small loan on that check. But the check hasn't actually cleared through the system, through the ACH system. So the other bank hasn't yet said, confirmed, yep, deposit's legitimate, check is good. So what can happen is the bank you'll deposit a check, the bank will say, okay, you're good, we're going to give you the money now. And then a week later, even a month later, the other bank can come back and say, nope, that was bad. But the bank has already given you the money. So of course your account now goes negative and you're responsible for it. So I was like, well, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you wait until the funds have cleared? Well, we do it as a courtesy to our customers so they don't have to wait for the funds to clear. I was like, okay, we would like to not participate in your courtesy. Thank you very much, but we would like, no, they're not stupid. They're very smart. Made in the 80s. They're very, very smart. They're malicious, but they're very smart. Because by advancing the funds to the customer and letting them clear later, they transfer full liability for the legitimacy of those funds to the end user. So now it's up to me to determine, is that a valid deposit? How the hell do I determine if it's a valid deposit? I don't have access to the ACH backbone. I don't have access to the Federal Reserve Clearinghouse. I don't have access to the other bank to verify it's good. The bank does. That's their job. Literally, the system was built by them. So by giving us this courtesy of advancing us the funds before it's cleared, they have transferred 100% liability to the end user. You see, if the bank had to wait until the check cleared and then gave us the funds, the bank would have to absorb liability. Because you'd go to court and I'd say, well, Your Honor, the bank cleared the funds. And the judge would go, bank, you cleared the funds? Well, then it's not the customer's problem. It's your problem. You see what I mean? So by giving us the courtesy of an advanced clearance of the fund, they transfer 100% liability to the customer. So the bank has no incentive whatsoever to stop bad transactions because they're not responsible. Well, it could take a month. I was like, fine, then hold it for a month. She's like, well, you should know if a bad deposit goes into your account. I mean, how else would somebody get that deposit? Yeah, no kidding. Well, that was a different bank, but that was a totally different bank. Um, but she says, well, if you mysteriously got $2,000 into your account, you should be suspicious of that. I was like, okay, the government gave out $1,400 stimulus checks. So the scammer deposits $1,400 into your account, and you think it's the Treasury stimulus check. Checkmate. I can come up with 1,000 of those kind of scenarios. Look at the person's last work deposit. Deposit a similar amount into their account. They think it's their paycheck. It's not. Okay, so don't give me this shit that people should know. On top of that, the way it works is now, I mean, I know it's a scam. You know it's a scam, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people are naive and they're nice. Right? If someone hands you $20 and says, "Hey, could you go inside and get me 2 10s?" I would be like, "Why don't you go inside and get 2 10s?" But a lot of people don't even think twice about it. They just want to be nice. And if you got the 20 and you're getting the 20, what's the difference? And or accidental deposit. Oh my God, I accidentally deposited a cashier's check into your account. It's for too much money. I can't take it back. It's a cashier's check. And can you send me back the difference? I'm going to be in so much trouble. And nice people go, yeah, sure. It's a cashier's check, so it's safe, right? No. Cashier's check used to be as good as cash. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, the scams are insane. So, they'll say, well, I want to send you, $500 to buy your. Oh, there goes the camera. It just fell. Stupid piece of garbage. Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have put it there. That was the wrong spot to put it. How'd you guys like that little bit of vertigo? Especially you guys with the big screen. That had to be interesting. Oh, I got banned from Twitter again. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, every single company just wants to either limit their liability or transfer the blame to the victim. And they tried to when they realized that she just wasn't fast enough to do what they wanted her to do, and they couldn't figure it out because they were new or they were dumb, who knows. These might not have been the smartest criminals in the world, like they were new at this or something like that. And oh wow. I don't know if there's any current good deals on resin. We'll check. Well, most of the time it's a civil matter. I mean, what can the police do? I mean, seriously, what can they do? Nothing. They'll never find these people. It's all fake names, fake accounts, and bouncing the money around. And once the money is in gift card form, it's as good as cash and untraceable. And they know it. That's why they do it. But they tried to. They actually hacked into her bank account, and of course the bank says it's her fault because they don't want no liability. But they were actually in her account, and they added their own account to her account so they could transfer all her money out. And they actually did. And by pure accident, I got the money. You see, I have my account linked to hers and her account linked to mine. So that's called linking an external account. And we do that so that, you know, if she needs a little bit of cash, I can send it to her, and vice versa. And like for example, I got her a credit card in her name to help build her credit, and we use it whenever we go to Sonic, and we like sometimes they'll have a deal, but it's a one-time deal, and so we each have a Sonic account, so we can each get the one-time deal, and then at the end of the month I'll just pay the credit card. And what I want the credit card paid through her account though, because again it's her account, her credit, so I'll send her the cash and then she'll pay the credit card. And oh, I know they love it when I do that. Yeah. Oh, did you buy an iPhone for $837? Yes. It's still on the way, right? They don't know what to say. Wait, you did buy one? Yes, I did. Please make sure it gets delivered on time. Because they expect you to freak out and go, "No, I didn't buy that." And then that's when they try to start scamming you. But they don't know what to do when you say, "Yeah, I did buy one. Come on, keep it coming." They don't know what to do. Their script doesn't cover that. Have they changed the script to cover it? But so he added his account to my last print was the the support thing that I made for the thing. Oh, that's okay, because that means I won. If they swear at me and hang up, that means I won. Because when you do that, they instantly know you know about the scam. Um, I did design some hooks this week that I got to start printing out because I want to hang up my reefs in the hallway. I got a whole bunch of reefs for decorating the front door, so I'm designing hooks. I'm trying to design a adjustable 3-point hook that I can mount on my door. So 2 fixed hooks and then a sliding spring-loaded hook, so that I don't have to use the bungees, because the problem is the bungees, they wear out over time. That's not a hawk. That is a Ragnar, I think. Come here. You fucker. Rancor. Rancor, it's called. That's a big giant Rancor that I have to finish printing. So, I think it's a Star Wars critter. Actually, I might get that printing this week too, as I'm just about finished with the freaking Chiron finally. Wow. 220 delivered for a Saturn? That's tempting. Oh. Increase the size of the support. Make it bigger. Yeah, the Star Wars things. Yeah, someone lightsabered his head off. So I guess as a last ditch effort, because he knew come Monday morning he was going to be done because the 2000 was going to refund. And so he tried to clean out her account. So he transferred the money from checking to savings. And I knew he was in there because it shows you a list of connected devices. So it showed my 2 phones and her phone, and then it showed an iPhone that wasn't hers or mine. We don't have iPhones. And so he tried to transfer all of her money out of her account externally. Now here's what I think happened. First thing I noticed, the account that the ACH came from was in her name. How does that work? I guess if he creates a fake deposit, he can make it in the name of anybody he wants. So it looks like she's giving herself money. And we don't know. And the bank doesn't know, and the bank doesn't care. We changed everything. New account, new logins, enabled 2-factor authentication for everything. We had to redo Google, redo Facebook, redo Gmail, redo her PC, everything. Just I didn't know what they had access to, so I had to kill everything. And yeah, we're doing two-factor everything. And so he added his account as an external account, and I think he created a fake account in my name so that it would look like Michelle was just sending something to Chris. It would look like a family interaction and might confuse people long enough to allow him to get away with the money, because he added an external account, and then I think this is where he screwed up. He saw an external account there, and he thought that was the one he just added, and so he sent the money to it, not realizing it was my external account. So she came to me and says, "Hey, why'd you take $600 out of my account?" I was like, "I didn't." I log into my account. There's her $600. I was like, "What the fuck?" Check into her account, and sure enough, there's a transfer. I was like, "How'd you do this?" And she's like, I didn't. I was like, "Michelle, you can't do this by accident. You got to press like 10 buttons to do a transfer." Well, she didn't do it. He did it. Logged into her account. And he must have created a fake account to transfer the money into, didn't realize there was already a linked account, and he thought it got instantly approved and transferred the money to it, but it was my account. So thankfully, that money's safe. Oh, well, it depends on how many of these cards we can get refunded. Otherwise, that money might go away. There's a Twitch leak. I don't trust Twitch within an inch of my life. I'll never use Twitch ever again. Gift card scammer. Lots of gift card scamming. And so I think they got frantic and just kept trying different gift card sites to try to get one to work. And thankfully, it looks like almost all of them had fraud detection systems in that triggered and held those transactions. So so far it looks like 1,900 of the money should be coming back. Once those, because the way it works is they do an authorization hold, and then they have to clear the charge. But because their fraud detection clawed it, they're not going to clear it. So may have gotten very, very lucky. So, me? No, my sister. The way they abused her in the chat sessions, just the way they just mentally fucked with her head, it was disgusting. It was very, very disgusting. What are you gonna do? Just gotta train her and teach her. She now understands that there are real world consequences to these things, and that the only person who will ever be held accountable is her. They're never going to go after the scammers. They're never going to catch the scammers. The scammers are never going to pay for it. The banks are never going to pay for it. The gift card companies are never going to pay for it. Yeah, I've seen a few of those videos. John Browning is another one that somebody posted about earlier, where he actually gets into their computers in India. Oh yeah, that's great. There's just something, morbidly thrilling about watching scammers get what's coming to them. But yeah, so she has to be careful. She has to learn. And Thingiverse. What are you gonna do? I for the last 4 days I've been calling different companies to stop and reverse these transactions. I've been resetting accounts, clearing out accounts. 3 hours at the bank. I got an appointment today with the local police department because these people want a police report in order to get the money back. Ooh, $32 for illegal resin. Nice. Let's check for some resin prices. And the one thing oh yeah, there it is. Oh, the plant-based resin's 32 as well with a 5% coupon. And here we go. Here's some $26 for some resin. Bunch of different colors too. Come on, give me the link. Why didn't that work? I hate when I do that. When I go to copy something, copy. Yeah, I'm surprised the little demons weren't going crazy. So there's some $26 resin. Good morning, critter. Here's Ellie for $28. Yeah, $28, and you can get it for $25 with subscribe and save. So get a bunch of them with subscribe and save. Well, if you're in the 10% category. That's a pretty good deal too. And that is for a kilogram. Do they have actual details on it now? E3D. I know there was a little tiny picture in one of their videos, but there were no details yet. Hermera extruders. Yeah, I better stop with these windows. Oh, I forgot to give OBS higher priority. Set priority above normal, change priority. That should help a bit. So we're working through that. And the Saintsmart belt printer, huh? That's cool. Well, a new toy I'm playing with is you guys remember, Vince got me one of these. So I got that. The YOLO box. So it's a box for portable YouTube live streaming. You can even multicast. You can put a SIM card in it, and it's got a whole bunch of connections. And the problem is that you'll notice something interesting. There's only one USB connection for a webcam. The rest are HDMI. So I can only hook one webcam up to it, even though there's 4 video inputs. I need 3. So, yeah, this is a $1,200 box. So I got these. I got these for $75 a pop. These are older Canon 1080p cameras. No, hub doesn't work. You can't use webcams through a hub. At least not usually. And definitely not on this. It's Android based. So I got these little units here. And these are older 1080p Canon Vixia camcorders. I got them for $70 a piece, $75 a piece. And no, I tried that. It has a USB-C, but it won't accept a webcam. This one has HDMI out. Now, HDMI out isn't sufficient because most of the time the HDMI out is for playback, not for previewing. Well, this one has HDMI out that works during playback, and it has clean HDMI out, meaning you can scrub all the camera UI off it so you get just a clean video image to the HDMI, and it works. So I got one mini to regular HDMI cable. I'm trying to get some thin ones now because it's way too thick, but that works. So I got 2 of those cameras, and the third camera will be the USB camera, and the fourth one will be a connection to a small PC so I can share a computer screen. And yes and no, they're older cameras and the autofocus is a little slow, but the nice thing is they have zoom. So the overhead camera, I'll be able to zoom in. That's pretty cool. These are Canon Vixia HFW10s. They were the cheapest camera that was 1080p that I could confirm had clean HDMI. A lot of cameras will output, the quality's not that bad. There's a little hazing on the lenses, but that's actually going away. So I think that comes from whatever environment they came from. Oh, nice. So, not bad. I was able to get the blue ones because I don't want black. Because these are going to be cool at rocket launches. I could put one of these up on a pole. Just got to figure out how to access the zoom remotely. I don't think you can, so I might have to put like a servo on here. But it'd be nice to have like I can have one camera down here while I'm talking, one camera looking at the people, and then one camera up on a pole looking at the rocket field. It'd be pretty cool to do a live stream from a rocket launch using something like this. I think that'd be pretty neat. These people keep trying to call me. Scammers. You know it's a scam when the first 6 digits of the phone number are the same as your phone number, because they're basically making it look like a familiar number to you. Common scammer tactic. The problem is blocking the number doesn't work because they change it each time they call. And so this can multi-stream. So I can, for example, stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time from the same sources. It's got a ridiculous number of connections. It's got Wi-Fi, of course. It also takes a SIM card. So I can pop my SIM card in there, and I've already done that, and it works. SD card in here so you can record as while you're streaming. Tripod mount. Then you have your 3 HDMI ins, your USB in, Ethernet, your HDMI out for monitoring to see what you're actually getting. Your USB-C, not sure what that's used for yet. I'll find out. Then you have monitoring for headphone, line in, mic in, and of course USB-C for charging. And maybe it's running Android. I found a way to get access to the Android. So there's the Android screen. Because this actually works with my my SIM card, I wanted to be able to take advantage of that. For example, that's a pretty nice screen. So just being able to watch YouTube or Netflix on this will be pretty cool since I can use the 4G SIM card from my phone. I think it's 9. The problem is it must be a stripped down version of Android because, for example, when you open up the browser, oh, the keyboard came up that time. In the past, that keyboard was not coming up. It was just a blank white area. So I'm not sure what happened with that. That's cool. And now I can't go back. But I can do that. The problem is I can't put YouTube or Netflix on here. I can install them, but they don't work. They crash when I try to open them. So they must have stripped too much out of Android to allow those apps to run, which is a pity because this would be great just for, you know, watching YouTube or Netflix on the go since it has since it works with my SIM card. So this works as an actual phone, which is why the SIM card is able to work. The SIM card, the phone providers disabled DUN APN. In your APN list, they disabled DUN. So you can't run dial-up networking. So that's why, for example, when I plug my SIM card into my laptop, it doesn't work. Although the laptop's different. For whatever strange reason, the 4G LTE radio on the cards in these laptops are whitelisted, meaning they only permit a certain SIM card to work. They won't even see another SIM card. And you say, well, change the radio. You can't. The BIOS of the laptop has a whitelist of what radios it'll permit to run. Why? Why would you restrict what hardware I can run on my device? That makes me mad. Ugh. Try Vance YouTube. What's that? You know something I didn't try? I didn't even think of it. Load YouTube on the The browser. I never even thought of trying that. Yeah. I could load new YouTube on the Chrome browser. Although this doesn't. Oh, this doesn't have speakers. There's no speakers, so there's no audio. Oh, isn't that a pity? That's okay. I wonder if I can connect the Bluetooth to like Bluetooth headphones. I haven't tried to do that yet. But yeah, I can load YouTube in the browser. It's YouTube without Google. Okay, I'll have to try that. But this is easy enough. That works. I can just log into YouTube on the browser. That works fine for me. Ha! You tried to foil me, but I figured it out. Yeah, I can plug in headphones because it does have a line out or a headphone out. So there's your headphone monitoring port there. But usually I'm going to be in a position where I don't want to wear headphones. So, but then again, if I can connect my razors to it, that'll work. Somebody posted a funny meme. Was it you, Ben? Did you post that or did somebody else post it? It was a picture of Mark Zuckerberg and it says, if you guys don't behave, I'm going to turn it off again. Oh, it was hilarious. But yeah, that's a pretty neat device. So I'm going to be playing with that and we're going to attempt. I don't know. I don't want to break a $1,200 gadget by doing too much hacky stuff. But oh, I wonder if I could load Netflix the same way. Go to netflix.com. Yeah, somebody posted it was hilarious. um, the cats are good. I got some good pictures of them actually. I caught them in the cat tree, and I got some real nice pictures of them in there. Let's see here. What the hell? Come on. Where are my pictures? I don't want all. Just give me those right there. Oh, I already dumped them. Yeah, they're already dumped onto here. Why is this taking so long? It's not. It was just looking at STLs. So let's look at some kitty pictures. I think. Come on. New folder. I hate when it insists on opening one window on top of another window. Like, why can't you just open it where I want you to open it? Where are the kitty pictures? I dumped my camera roll to the computer. I gotta dig them up. Why are they loading so low res on this screen? I don't know why. It might get jittery while I'm doing this. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta return that dash mat because it doesn't fit my freaking car. Like, it's not even close. It's like, it's not even remotely close. Where are the... I'm missing a picture.
Hey, he was a good boy to finish his food. He deserved it.
What?
Ender finished all the wet food.
Yeah.
So I went to give him some, I gave him some dry cat food. And Nosy was going right over to his bowl, so I turned around.
Where is the pictures of Nolan the tree?
I have it.
Yeah, but they're not on my. It's not on my camera roll here.
Mm.
But I know I took them. I sent it to you. Oh, there it is. They were sideways, so I didn't recognize them. There we go. Yeah, it's Michelle in the background you hear. Welfare God asked if that was you that we were hearing. So here's the kitty cats chilling on the top of the Ender 5 Plus. They like my Ender 5 Plus. It's kind of theirs now. They already broke the cat tree. They're sending me a replacement part. Oh, they would have been a nicer person if they got those. Look how nice this cat looks. This cat just has a very sleek, almost a James Bond, black tie look going for him.
I know which one you're talking about.
There's Ender chilling out in there. Bathing in the sunlight in the morning.
Oh, we know what you're talking about him.
Yeah, Ender on the Ender. They're good cats. What the hell? Hold on, I wasn't expecting that. Hello?
Hey, could you do me a favor?
Hang on. First, you're on speakerphone and you're live, so be careful what you say. But I get very bad cell phone reception here, so I have to hold the phone just right.
That thing you're running on Facebook, it says for seniors for this month. If you apply, you can get a card for $2,888, and you'll get that every year to use for food or whatever you need.
Okay, let me be very clear on this. It's a scam.
Okay, I was told to call you and check with you before.
Anything offering you money on Facebook is 100% a scam, no exceptions. It might look good, it might look legit. That's the point of a scam. The point of a scam is to look legit. All right, but it's 100% a scam, so just ignore them.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
It's good to hear from you. You hear me? Hello? I said it's good to hear from you. Oh, that's my end breaking up. Come on, you stupid phone. I'll call you back later. I gotta get that repeater set up. Yeah, that's not working. Damn it. I don't know what happened with the local tower here, but our reception is absolutely horrendous. Like, I have to go outside to have a phone call. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Facebook should have stayed down. Yeah, the cats have confiscated my Under 5. It's theirs now. So I got this. You guys, I don't know if you guys know, I like dash mats. It's the carpet you put on top of your dash in the car. It allows you to add, a little bit of color to your car. It also stops any shininess from reflecting sunlight, and it also, more importantly, protects your dash from the sunlight, especially where I live, where the sun is brutal. Well, that's not even close to fitting. I mean, it's not even the right cutouts or the right shape. I mean, it's like, what the hell? Ah. So that'll be sent back.
Yeah, not yours. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I know the UV kills it. Actually, my dashes have been doing pretty good. So I guess the newer cars have some pretty decent UV filtering in the windshield. Because I also noticed that I don't get burned in the newer cars like I did in the old cars. Eventually, I'll try Clipper. All right. Did they eat?
Yeah.
Make some coffee. Stay up.
I just took French because I'm just gonna watch TV.
Okay. Try to stay up.
I gotta take my medicine too. Well, I think this the flu shot I got, I can feel it.
You'll get the little 5G antenna soon. There's a meme going around that the vaccine would give you a 5G antenna so the government can monitor you.
Oh no.
Trust me, if they could fit nanites into a vaccine, they would have already put it in the water supply and you'd already have it.
Violation. Violating my rights. Nope. Anything new on Vine? On Vinny? No?
No, I haven't checked. Although last night I got a solar panel. I got a Bluetti 200-watt folding solar panel. I was like, hell yeah, I'm grabbing that. Bluetti, it's a particular company.
Oh, okay.
It's the name of a company. I was like, holy shit, 200-watt solar panel? Yeah, gimme.
I noticed something when I hit my left side, my right side against that container.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the side that I hit. I hit the
Well, it's your fault.
a little bit of the cap too.
It's always your fault. It's always your fault. Yeah. The cats set you up.
Yeah, they probably did it.
Rick, say he. Oh, hell yeah. I got a whole bunch of the little 30 to 60 watt panels. And even outside, the call was breaking up. And it comes and goes. So I think there's something wrong with the tower. Like, I think the local tower is bad. Because normally I get decent reception. But, does the tent look okay? Yeah, it's okay. So I have a cell repeater. I have one of those, I got it from Vince. One of those things where you set the receiver up outside on a pole, and then you have a part on the inside of the house to rebroadcast the signal 2A to basically fix that kind of a problem in this kind of a situation. I just got to find it and set it up. But, yeah, oddly enough, this thing, that rugged phone that I got, that cheaper rugged phone that I got, this actually works a little bit better for reception for some reason. Best recommended enclosed FDM printer. The only truly enclosed printer that I've ever used is the FlashForge Guider 2. Yeah, it's a booster. It's one of those signal repeater boosters. Is a FlashForge Guider 2. Fantastic printer, but it is a $1,500 printer. If you want the most affordable, practical enclosed printer, just go to Wham Bam and order one of their enclosures for your $200 Ender 3. Done. You can now print anything.
I had a glass of orange juice first for change this morning.
You can retro bright it. Well, I have dash mats on everything. ABS-A, yeah, perfect. There's more than enough heat. I don't know. That would be interesting. The problem with putting an enclosure on the Ender 5 is that the way the kinematics work, the rollers are on the outside of the frame.
You were willing to go with me.
Yeah, the Wham Bam Hawkbox is fantastic. I love it. It instantly gives you the ability to print ABS and ASA without any problems, and even basic nylon, the low temperature nylon stuff, on your Ender 3. It is the cheapest way you can get an enclosed printer. Like less than $400 and you're good. And oh, I thought this had a bad screen because there was a wear mark on the screen right here, right where my thumb is when I browse. So when I'm browsing and I'm doing this, there was a wear mark on the screen right there. I was like, oh my god, this screen is horrible. Nice phone, but horrible screen. Because I charge this phone once a week. The battery life is ridiculous. It's got a 8,000 milliamp battery, and then I got a big gouge on the screen, right in the middle of the screen, like right here, big gouge, like you can actually see a bubble. I was like, how is the screen still working? And I was picking at it, and I was going, no. It had a plastic film on the screen. I didn't know it. The screen's fine. It just had a plastic film on it, and that's what I was scratching. They had applied it so well that I never knew it was on there. My new favorite little battery box. I love this thing. Ooh. The only way they can make this better is to put lithium iron phosphate batteries in it. It's actually got a usable light, 80 watt AC output. The DC output is actually stable. It actually works. A lot of these battery boxes, the DC output sags. So for example, when I plug my freezer into it, doesn't work. This will run my freezer for an hour, which is freaking awesome. It's got USB-C PD 60 watt output, and it's also PD 60 watt input, so it can charge by USB-C. This thing is great. We're going to use this today for some soldering. Because today we are going to put a light into the little tiny blue printer here. So I got a string of these. I got a string of these little lights, and they are bright as shit. Let me switch to this. So if I'm really careful, I can hook this up so you can see it. Is it backwards? I thought that was positive. That ain't working right. I gotta hook it up properly. But a little bit of wire. We're gonna try to hook up a 12-volt light to this thing. See, spot cam. There it is. To do that, I can make this bigger. Well, it was a string of them. I don't know how many, 50, but they're all individual 12-volt LEDs, so I can snip each one off and use it for whatever I want. And so this is a 1.8 watt 12-volt LED, so perfect. We're just gonna put it inside this enclosure. Oh, I forgot the filament spool fell. Goodbye. It's gone now. So let's take this apart. I've been itching to take this apart anyway. Well, 12 volts for this is fine. And of course, if you want to do 24 volts, just hook two of them up in series. Or buy a 24 volt set. I specifically bought a 12 volt set because this printer is 12 volts. I actually like the fact that this printer is 12 volts because that means I can hook it up to external batteries without having to do anything funny. Ouch. I got off Amazon. Hang on, let me get you a link. There's a loose screw in there. I can hear it bouncing around. I don't care. I'm careful enough and I need that shit out of there. It drives me nuts. I'm very good at going in there with Q-tips. And then I have a little camera I stick in my ear to make sure I got it all out. Here it is. Actually, it's 100 LEDs. It's a storefront window LED light setup thingy. Come on. Open the damn window. No, I have not. Did he make a ridiculous flashlight? There it goes. Jesus, it took forever. So it's this module here. I was able to get daylight white 6500K. It says 200 lumens per LED module. That's a lot. I might actually have to drop a resistor in there to cut down that power, because I don't want to draw too much power, since I want to run this thing off batteries. But yeah, it's pretty darn nice. But the cool thing is, each individual LED is 12 volts. And then the cool thing with this is I should be able to come in here, if I can get my fingers on it. Oh, it's held in place by a tab. There we go. Oh, I forgot about the Bowden tube. Got a little clip here. This end is pretty much always safe to remove. And now I can remove the top. And we can actually see inside this printer. Give you guys a view inside there. Now, can I remove the bottom? How hard is that? Yeah, there's definitely something loose in there. Okay, that's holding a stepper. That's holding a stepper. I don't see any screws holding this bottom on. So what's keeping the bottom attached? Are there screws under the feet? Yes, there are. Yep, there are screws under the feet. And I'm betting there's screws under all four. Nope, not under that one. PWM. Well, each individual LED is its own independent unit, which means I now have 100 12-volt LEDs to do whatever the heck I want with. Not bad. And you can choose the color temperature? Oh, hell yes. Okay, looks like there are 3 screws. Now here's something else I want to do. I want to run this off USB-C. That should be possible since one of the voltages that is in the USB-C spec, USB-C PD, is 12 volts. For example, I have to return them now because, of course, you know, Vince screwed me. I bought these little adapters that allow you to run your Carbon X1 ThinkPad laptop off of USB-C. So the little adapter has the resistor inside that puts the USB-C PD adapter into 20 volt mode, which is what the laptop requires. So that allows me to run my ThinkPad off of USB-C. Yeah, a negotiator board. So what I need is that same configuration that will allow me to run 12 volts. Because then I can run this printer off USB-C. And if I can run this printer off USB-C PD, I can run this off anything. I got solar panels, I got batteries, I got jump boxes, I got everything that runs off USB-C PD. And it's not as direct as 12 volts, but it's more convenient. So I got to figure out how to do that. Because now I really want to do that really badly. There we go. That is the 3 screws. Let me close these windows since we don't need them. Now I should be able to take off the bottom. Is it clipped in there? I wouldn't be surprised if there's clips holding it in. Try not to murder it, Chris. Oh, shit. I may have just murdered it. I think I just killed it. I think I just put the screwdriver straight through the SD card circuit board. Maybe not. It sure looks like I went right through it, though. Yeah, there is tabs. There's little clip tabs that you gotta pop free. Looks like it's a 3-3 configuration. Oh yeah, destroyed it. It's done. Hey, it might still work. It's still attached. I think I just smashed the micro SD card slot. Thankfully, I have a second one. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to you guys. I was putting a screwdriver in. I should have paid attention to where it was going. And I was trying to just pry it, and it slipped in and went straight through. So, yeah, that was dumb. That was stupid. Oh, there's a screw. There's a screw that's been bouncing around. Maybe I can figure out where it came from. All right, well, hey, this has got a legit little board in here. So this is the inside. There's your 2 normal NEMA 17 stepper motors. They're pancake motors, of course. And there is your board. I, of course, just destroyed the SD card slot, so that might not work anymore. The solder joints are still there, so maybe I'll get lucky. Here's the connection for the LCD screen. Let's see if I can get lucky. I'm going to resolder that. Whoop. Oh wow, that comes apart. Interesting, the bottom pops off. So you don't actually have to remove this little shell. That's interesting. So let's disconnect that, since that's just a fan. Oh, it's got hot glue holding it in, of course. There we go. So there's your bottom with your cooling fan. So I will be replacing that fan with something quieter. And it looks like there probably isn't enough room, but I might be able to make enough room to put stepper dampers in here. because making this thing quiet would also be a lot of fun. There we go. I was able to disconnect the screen. Now that allows me to get that out of my way. Now let's see if I can repair what I just broke. This doesn't have a USB connection. There's no USB connection on this. AC output. I love this little soldering iron. It's a cheap little soldering iron, but it has an actual display that shows you the temperature, and you can set the temperature. It's one of the nicest little cheap soldering irons I've ever seen. Pretty good, Paul. How are you doing? OPDs? What are OPDs? It's a cute little soldering iron. Little kit comes with solder, sucker, solder, all kinds of interesting things. It was like 25 bucks or something like that, or 35 bucks. It was really cheap. There we go, $3.99. All right, let's push that on there. I better not push it with my hand since it's probably going to get hot. Well, that one didn't stick. I need a little bit solder. It is not sticking, so I think that was just clamped on, not soldered on there. Yeah, I nailed that pretty good. It might still work. I mean, the solder joints along the back where all the communication pins are still intact. So there is a chance it still works. It doesn't lock anymore. Yeah, I think I killed it. The SD card doesn't want to engage anymore. Like there might be a way if I can get rid of the spring mechanism, but that would probably require taking it apart, and I would probably destroy it in the process. Yeah, I think I murdered that. That was dumb. I might as well give you guys a close-up of what's in here. There's the board. This is what I destroyed. The screwdriver hit that when I punched through. Here you got your little... So it's got a legit board in here. And legit stepper motors. It's probably one of the reasons why it works so well. The only thing I didn't like was this part here. The hot end is spring-loaded. And that's why you sometimes get inconsistent first layers. But I did figure out a way to fix that. In my G code, I tell it to go up 50 and then home. So I do a G28, then I do a Z plus 50, and then I do a G28. And that seems to reset. If there's any kind of inconsistency in this piece here, it resets it. And that seems to work pretty well. Actually, let me go see if I can find that spare printer real quick. Because if I can find that, then we don't have to modify one that's already broken. Hi, Katie. Got it. Yeah. I broke the printer, so I was getting the other one. I shoved the screwdriver through the memory card slot. Yeah, how a dumbass. Got it. Alright. I will have to putz with that later. See if I can fix it. Looks like I didn't damage the board. Looks like I damaged the SD card slot. So I might be able to replace that. Yeah, let's try that again. I asked him to send me a replacement drive gear for the feeder motor, and he sent me a whole new printer. I was like, okay. Styrofoam pile. Green and yellow. Power supply. Oh, it looks okay. And no loose screws in this one. Alright, same deal. You gotta pop that off. You gotta pop the clip out. Remove the Bowden tube. Yeah, I got a screwdriver, don't I? Yeah, I do. None of these seem to fit quite right. Well, that's too loose. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. That fits better. Julius is stalking something. He'll get it. That's not good. Let's not reuse that one. I know I need to remove this and this. And I probably need to remove this as well. That's going to be shipping hold down. Yeah, GearBest is gone. I lost like 200 bucks. That sucks. That money ain't coming back. Ah, you're not too late. Why can't I get this out? Is there something holding it in? No. Okay. Being a little more careful this time. Don't want to murder this one. And I am not going to put these screws back in on this bottom plate because it's held in by clips. You don't need the screws. Can I get these off intact? Nope. The adhesive always separates. It always separates. Yeah. Actually, the problem is if you drop it and it starts spinning and it goes into your foot like a shuriken. And the build plate will whisper in your ear, "Oh, you thought I was a joke, huh?" Hello, DeWitt. Okay. Now, we know there is nothing along the sides where the clips are. So it's safe to punch a screwdriver through there. There we go. So there's no reason to put those screws back in because there are clips along the side that hold it together. So I'm going to leave the screws out. Can I pop it out? Yes, I can. Without having to use a screwdriver again. There it goes. There we go. Remove the hot glue from here. Then I can remove the fan. It allows the base to come free. Oh, that's what you need the screws for, because this is a separate piece. I am going to leave those attached, but now we have free access inside to the main board, and this one's not broken. I didn't murder this one yet. Let's make sure. Well, that one don't lock either. Was I backwards? No. I received a defective one? Seriously? I received a broken one. This doesn't lock. So the SD card won't lock in. All right, so why won't that lock in? I'm pretty sure this here is the part that gets locked against. Yeah, the SD card won't lock in place. Just no good luck. The little spring lock doesn't work. Alrighty, so I got the replacement printer, but this doesn't work. I opened it up to see if I can fix it, but I can't see what might be wrong. The card will not lock in place, and it doesn't go the other way. It is one way, so it just doesn't lock in place. I'll have to send them a video of that. Come on. Maybe I can poke around in there. Oh, what's this? Oh, SD card, reader. Oh, an orange one. I'm kind of excited about that. I've never seen an orange one. I actually like these little readers. They tend to work pretty good. Just for the hell of it, let's try a different card. Nope, no joy. But it comes with a little USB-C adapter so you can plug it into your phone. Spare nozzle, wrench. That's so you can plug the memory card into the phone. What the hell? That's weird. What is that? Check this out. I didn't notice this before. They probably will. Check this. This is a weird one. Okay. There is this extra board right there. And the only thing that board plugs into is some wires. Let me change views here. This is the second printer, and it's got a bad SD card slot. Now, take a look at this. This is maybe you guys can help me figure out what this is. Now I'm really curious. So you have this extra board here, right there. This. So you have this extra board here, and it's just got these 3 wires attached to it, and these 3 wires are soldered directly to the board. Look, see here? They're soldered under here and over here. Yeah, but it doesn't go to a stepper. These 3 wires are the only wires connected to it. So where would they go? You're right, I think it looks like a stepper because you have the heatsink here, but it doesn't go to a stepper motor. It just goes to the board. See? Under that bit of goop and under this bit of goop up here. Is it possible one of these Yeah, this heatsink, that's a little weird. This heatsink right here is a little weird. Is it possible one of these steppers drivers is bad? Michelle and I were pretty sick last week. I couldn't even talk right, so there was no point in the stream. Well, for one of these cheapo printers, this one's actually pretty nice. Did they bypass a stepper driver? Like, is this a bypass? That is so weird, because you see here, it's not going to a stepper motor. The only connection is these wires here. And you can see they go to this, they gooped them on here, and they gooped it on here. Well, let's check the other one. Yeah, the other one has it too. So it's not a fix, it's on both of them. The other one up there is the same thing. It's got that same little daughter board. Oh, that is super weird. I would love it if somebody could figure that out. I would be fascinated to know what that's for. Well, tracing the circuit probably wouldn't help with me. I wouldn't know what I was looking at. But it goes to one connection here. There we go. One connection's here. The black wire goes to here. And the yellow and red wire go to here. That is so weird. No, the heat sinks are over here. So the heat sinks are over here. Hello, Isaac. That is so weird. They're marked. That one's X. X. Only X is marked. That's interesting. I guess the others don't need to be, because there's your Y-axis. Oh, no, there's your Z-axis, and there's your Y-axis. And so they just need to mark the one that goes somewhere else. Oh, this was used. There is filament on the nozzle. So this may have been a customer return and the customer broke it. On every board, though? Yeah. I'm curious. It's such a weird thing. I don't like the way these heat sinks aren't really attached very well. Like this one here moves. I wonder if this is a customer return. Yeah, there's 4 drivers on the board, and there's 4 steppers plugged in. That's what's so weird, is that the board looks normal. It's just really annoying that I can't plug an SD card in. I'm thinking this is a customer return and they broke it. We're working on that little tiny printer I've been having fun with. I'm trying to get the clicky thing to activate. I'm going to tap right off the input power, but after the switch, so it turns off when you turn the printer off. Got it. I can make it lock, but I don't know how to make it do its clicky thing. So I was right, that little tab was how that works. So I can put an SD card in it. But I'd have to leave it in it. So at least we could try it. The problem is once I close it up, I can't mess with that anymore. So let's find out how to get this wired up. I should be able to tap right into power. Yeah. I should be able to tap right into existing power connection. I bet you I can even tap into that fan. Actually, I know what fan is always going. Although that might be a temperature-controlled fan. An SD adapter is not going to work. Oh, I see, a micro to micro and just leave it stick out. That would work as a temporary fix. Yeah, I think that might actually work to get the light working here. Yeah, it's because of this. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So the easiest way would be to tap right into the junction block right here. Except that I don't have a straight screwdriver. All I have is these little freaking Phillips screwdrivers. Like, seriously, I don't have a little tiny straight screwdriver? Where'd the box go? Are you kidding me? Oh, it's right here. I have one. I just don't feel like spending the next half hour looking for it. This will work. And that is secured. Make sure it's tight. That's going to be for the YOLO box that I got. Seriously. You gotta be kidding me. So I got this YOLO box, and it needs HDMI cameras for video inputs. So that's this thing here. So as you can see, it's got HDMI inputs for cameras. So I had to find a cheap camera that had a clean HDMI output, and that ended up being these things. So I'll be playing around with that. Would you please stay the hell in place? You have to keep messing with me. We'll talk about it again if you want. We'll play with it. Okay. That is in there. Okay. So I'm going to want to come up right through here. Of course, that's where the board is. So never mind. We're coming up through here. Like, of course that's where the board is. Cooking class? That's cool. I love cooking. There we go. Now I have an access port. And I can feed these wires up through the access port. Nice, good, tight fit. There we go. This is going to go like this. Ah, there's two clips over here, which means I can get away with installing just these two screws over here. So I don't need that third screw since there are clips. Let me show you guys that. So there are two clips here holding this end in, so I don't need this screw. You only need the, sorry, this screw here I don't need. All I need is these two screws. This I can just lay in here. I just got to make sure it's not going to jam with anything. First we need to plug the fan back in. Plug the LCD in, which is going to go this way. I'm just going to let these wires sit in here, since if he sends a replacement, Getting the SD card in is going to be tough since it's broken. And the SD card popped out. I don't care. Okay. Actually, I can access it from here. Got it. Okay. There we go. Good enough. Hey, Jamie. Thank you, Ed. Okay. That's probably a little too much wire sticking through. Actually, I know it is. Let's go clip it. Let me move this up. There we go. Now I can see it. I was thinking about leaving the printer open like this, but I'm actually thinking that might be a bad idea because the printer actually generates a sufficient amount of heat that the inside of this chamber is actually pretty warm. And I think that helps with printing. All right, where was that adjustment? There it is. What I would like is for them to have the extruder mount down here maybe, so that you could take the top off without a problem. But I could see where that would be an issue. But for what we're going to do, we don't have to worry about that. Maybe not. That's going to be a pain in the butt. Just going to leave it. I'll worry about putzing with it later. Okay. That goes there. This has to come up through here. good enough. Okay, so that is basically ready. I just need to, don't mess with me. See, if that would open up like that, that'd be pretty cool. Is this plugged in? Let's find out. Yep. So there's the light. So that's a nice bright light. I am not going to solder this in right now because I might want to remove this and put a JST plug on there. So I am just going to twist these on here for now. Oh, I can always desolder them. Heating up. See, I'd much rather the light be on the other side. Like, I really want the light on the other side. Because there's more, I guess there really isn't that much more plastic there. So maybe it's okay. Nice and clean. All right, now a little bit of insulation. That'll work. It's only 1.8 watts, so it's only going to generate, what is 80% of that? 8, 6, only 1.4 watts of heat. So 1.4 watts of heat is probably why they don't even have any dissipation on this. It probably doesn't need it at that lower rate. And then I will mount the cob right in here, just like that. See, the trick is I don't want to see the cob, because if you can see it, it's going to bother you, because it's going to be so bright. There we go. Now, I don't know how well that's going to stick. I might have to use some hot glue to hold that in there. But the way we got that, as you can see, the cob is just sitting in there. Now, there we go. Now that printer is lit up nice. When I turn it off, the cob turns off. I do. I have already ordered a little Wi-Fi camera so that you don't need a network. You just connect your phone directly to it. And on the other side, there's going to be a little itty bitty camera sitting in there so you can watch this thing print within like 100 feet of it. Yeah, and of course this is going to have an external battery to allow me to run this thing on battery power. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Damn, that light works good. But I need to put a shield here to block your view of the light, because it's bright enough that it hurts your eyes looking at it. So what I need is to print like a little shield to block the light from coming forward. I wonder though, maybe I don't need to. See, the reason I want the light down low is so that it shines underneath the hot end. Oh shit. Goddamn sticky tab stuck. Is that I want the if I put the light up top here, you won't be able to see it, but it might not shine underneath the hot end. But ideally, I would stick the light up here like this. It's got a diffuser on it. It's just too bright. See, if I stick the light up here, then it's completely out of the way. I just need a little bit of tape, which I can steal the sticker off of this one. It's got to hold the wires. Oh, this is not even a half an hour. You could do this in 10 minutes. This is easy. There we go. A little bit of sticky tape. There we go. That keeps the wires out of the way. Now it's going to really be bright. See? Now the light doesn't bother you because the light is all the way up in the top. See? It's all the way up there now. But it might not shine underneath the hot end. But then again, with how ridiculously bright that is, there might be enough reflection in there to get under the hot end. It might even be worth putting a little aluminum foil on the bottom edge here to reflect the light. That there might actually be enough to do that. You know how to use these screwdrivers so they don't strip the screws when you're putting them back in, and you know they don't have to be that tight? You just hold the screwdriver loosely, and the screwdriver will turn out of your hands. Oh, you guys couldn't see that. I thought you could see that. I guess you couldn't. The nice thing about these little round screwdrivers, just hold the screwdriver loosely in your hand. Wrong screw. Just hold the screwdriver loosely in your hand, and the screwdriver will turn when it gets in there. See? Screwdriver just turns out of your hand, and let's go the button. Because these little things are strong enough to strip those screws if you're not careful. And I don't see any reason to put the 2 screws in the back. I think the screws on the side are more than enough. But I do think I need to put at least 1 screw in here. Otherwise, when I pick it up, this is going to fall off. So at least that'll stay now. Yeah, I can see my wire there. Okay. That is some serious bright. I like that. Let's see if it's bright enough when it prints. That's a pain in the ass. This one's a little noisy. The other one wasn't as noisy. Hey, it works. What do I want to print? Grenade pot? No. Let's print a rose vase. There we go. Almost there. The light's flickering. That's weird. Not a big deal, but I guess it doesn't have a smoothing capacitor on it. Yep. And I don't got my tweezers handy. Oh, we're good. I think we're good. See how you can't see underneath? That's why I wanted the light down low. Let me show you the difference. See? With the light down low, you can see underneath the nozzle. That's why I wanted the light down low. What I need is to block the light from the front. Yeah, well, it cost me $200. I had $200 sitting in my account in GearBest. I withdraw it once a year right before Christmas. So that money's gone. That kind of sucks. So now what I need to do is to put a shield on the light right there. Yeah, I had $200 sitting in my affiliate account. Yeah. So up here works. Up here looks nice until you realize you can't see anything. See, up there lights up the whole box nice, but you can't really see what you're printing. Yeah, definitely feeling better. When my voice started to go hoarse last week, I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. That's what I mean. In real life, that's dark underneath that hot end. This will actually look better to you than it does in real life. Now, what I could also do is, I'm trying to keep it simple, though. I could put a second little LED right here, shining directly in there to light it up. But then you defeat the simplicity of just sticking a single light in there and done. I think it's good enough, though. But see, part of the problem is that I need to see that first layer go down. That's the whole reason for wanting the light. I was thinking about that, putting a little aluminum foil around the bottom edge here to reflect the light, but that might also blind you. As you, once it lifts up a little bit, it's fine. It's plenty of light, and it looks fantastic. That's what I originally got, was an LED strip, and that's the reason I got an LED strip. But the problem is a 6-inch strip is going to draw too much power. It's going to draw like 10 watts. That's way too much power. And I figured get a 24-volt cob strip and then run it on 12 volts. It won't run. So it must have circuitry inside that won't run on 12 volts. And I can't afford to just, keep buying more. Now I have 100 of these. That's what I'm using. The chamber lights up beautifully. It makes the chamber look great. But yeah, that was the original plan, was to run an LED strip right up here like this. It shouldn't be that difficult. You just have to make sure you can align it again when you put it back together. But it should be as simple as unbolting it, sliding it out, and sliding it back in. How much space underneath this fan? Half an inch, 3/8 of an inch, 10 millimeters, 15 millimeters. No, it's connected to the power rail of the printer. So when you turn the printer off, the light turns off. Eventually, I do want to put a little switch right here, so that I could turn it off and reduce the power consumption when I don't need it. This is the low temperature filament it comes with. Yeah, I probably could fit an LED under here, but I was looking for a simple solution. And you saw how simple that was. Power to the rail, slap the LED in the top, done. I was looking for a very, very easy solution. But yes, I could just put an LED under here and connect it to the fan circuit, because this fan is always on. So that is definitely doable. I tend not to like LEDs under the hot end, though, because the problem is they move. And the moving light is really annoying. Better would be to attach an LED to the corner of the bed here and just have, strain relief for the wires so that the light would shine in. And this way the light would move with the bed and you wouldn't have that problem. Or if I could find a small enough cob, put a little cob under there, with no lens. So it's just a broad white light. But that's why I originally wanted to use this. So I got this little cob strip, and the idea was I would put this cob strip in here, across the top, and down the side. And by doing that, I would have light on top, light on the sides, light shining underneath, light everywhere. And the problem is this doesn't work. For whatever reason, this will not run on, it won't run on 12 volts. I love this little printer. I really do like it. I think it was a customer return. That's why he sent me another one. And the previous owner probably broke the SD card slot. They probably tried to shove the SD card in backwards and jammed it in there and broke the mechanism. I can almost guarantee that's what happened. Well, this is the replacement. I was able to get the SD card to lock into place. The problem is if I take the SD card out, I can't put it back in. I'd have to open the bottom of the printer again and press that little tab to lock the SD card in. So right now we're stuck with whatever's on the SD card. Thankfully, I have a whole bunch of files. Yeah, sort of went fine. Oh no, the broken one is still up there. That's the broken one I killed. That's my fault. I don't know anything about the Ender 6. But you see how the print is constantly in the shadow of the hot end? That's what I don't like. I may still attempt to get the cob to work. Not the cob, but a strip. An LED strip to work. Maybe if I can get a battery-powered LED strip, it'll be lower power. Endoscopic nozzle, what's that mean? This is the rose for your girl vase. It's a faceted vase. It's a test print that I use a lot, just because I like it. Makes it very easy to see if you have kinematic vibrations. So if you have vibrations on your X or Y axis, it's going to be pretty obvious on this. Oh wow, cool. I've seen a couple videos on YouTube of doing that. That's pretty neat. He'll catch up in a minute and hear what I describe what I'm printing. But yeah, I do have a camera coming in, a little Wi-Fi camera, you know, when I connect directly to your phone. That's going to go right here. So you'll be able to see what's going on in here remotely. Well, this is a this is the first mini printer manufacturer that has taken my advice. Now, I don't know if they got the advice from me. Maybe they got it from someone else. They probably did get it from someone else. They probably have no idea who I am. But I've been telling these guys for a long time, Isaac, I told you, I'm printing the rose for your girl vase. Wisecam is too big. Wisecam is a quarter as big as the inside of this thing. This is the rose for your girl faceted vase. But I've been telling them to use a 0.6 millimeter nozzle. By using a 0.6 millimeter nozzle, you solve a lot of problems. The first problem you solve is that you fix your first layer problem, because you can print at 0.4 millimeter layer heights, which means you have twice the coarseness to screw up with and still get that first layer to stick. It's a lot easier to get a 0.4 millimeter first layer to stick than it is to get a 0.2 millimeter first layer to stick. So that solves that problem. The second thing it does, it lets you print at 0.4 millimeter layer height, which is what I'm doing here. And by printing at 0.4 millimeter layer height, the prints go a lot faster. And by printing at a 0.6 millimeter width, you pretty much eradicate any chance of clogging. I mean, it's pretty hard to clog a 0.6 millimeter nozzle in most cases. And the thicker wall means you don't need as many perimeters and you don't need as much infill. And that means you get much faster prints because your prints are less complex. You're using a wider extrusion width and you're using a thicker layer height. This also means the prints are stronger because a thicker extrusion is going to be stronger. And so you end up with faster, easier, less pain in the ass getting it to stick prints that are also stronger. Not 0.02, 0.2. Your normal 0.4 millimeter nozzle uses a 0.2 millimeter layer height. Because this is a 0.6 millimeter nozzle, I can use a 0.4 millimeter layer height. And the result is you get faster prints that are stronger and easier and less troublesome for the end user. Except for an ultra small resin print, I don't see any reason to ever try to use 0.02. And for kids printing out little toys and trinkets. I know what you mean by layer height. But you can't really print a, you can't. You can't print a 0.4 millimeter layer height with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. That don't work. Much higher chance of clogging, yes. I have an Ender 5 with a 0.2 millimeter nozzle on it. You just got to be careful what filament you put into it. Yep, we heard you the first 4 times. When I was popping the bottom off the printer, when I was popping this bottom red part off the printer, I pushed a screwdriver straight through the SD card mount. Wasn't paying attention. I was just wiggling the screwdriver in there, and I was talking to you guys, looking at the chat, and I was like, that didn't sound good. I was like, shit, I just killed that. It actually might still work, but the SD card doesn't lock in place anymore, so I'll have to play with it. Yeah, I was being dumb. Now, what I want to do is turn down the brightness of this LED. It does not need to be this bright. It's way brighter than I need it to be. Yeah, I could just put that LED down here, and then I could put a ring on it. Although I wonder if I could use 2 LEDs. If I hook up 2 LEDs in series, that assuming they light at all, they'll be much dimmer. And then I can have one up here and one down here. Well, the Ender 3, just get it. The Ender 3 is a great little printer. And then another thing I can do, I just realized this right now, is that it would be pretty easy. Ooh, that does get pretty warm. Wow. I mean, not hot, but definitely gets warm. I could put a 3D printed cylinder on here so that the light doesn't shine out the sides. Oh yeah, it's got that old fake tack type surface, so the bed holds really well. And of course, when you turn it off, the LED will turn off. It is. Come here, printer. Yep, print's done. Easy peasy. Look at those thick layers. I love thick layers. There it is. Yeah, I got a thing for thick layers. I love thick layers. But as you can see, the kinematics are very clean. Do you see how the facets shine when I turn it? See how it reflects light? Well, you'll be able to see the little vibrations and stuff in those facets if you have, let's find out. Yes, it's airtight, therefore it's watertight. I can't blow air through it. Therefore it'll hold water. Yeah, that's nice. That nice thick bottom layers, they help with that. But yeah, that's awesome. Oh, they do. Yeah, the thick layers sometimes work. You know, this was printed on here too. So I printed this on here too. See how you don't need as much infill? But there you go. We added an LED light to it. The bed is removable, and it's that fake tack, build tack like surface. Just getting the skirt off of there. That's nice and clean. See that? It's got that textured cloth-like surface. Yeah, that works really well. And that, it's got a magnet to hold it in place, but it slides into this channel. Yeah, it does. It's nice. I can show you some other prints. Do I have any handy? No, I don't. Oh, that did not come off of here. So now, actually, maybe we could just do it right now. I got time. I got 1 hour. Let's see how big this is. I need an inside diameter of 35 millimeters. That should actually be a really easy, really fast print. Let's do that. I did not want you on. Damn you. Let's switch back to that one. Let's bring you back down here so I can use the computer. We need to use Chrome since Firefox is once again crashing when I attempt to download anything from Tinkercad. I'm going to print a shroud for the LED light to restrict where the light goes. This might actually make the stream stutter a little bit until I finish in Tinkercad here. Michelle's feeling okay. She's just really stressed from this whole gift card scam thing. I kind of blew out of proportion the things that could happen to her because I want her to take it seriously. I want her scared. I want her very, very scared because I want to make sure that she understands how serious it is and doesn't do anything like it again. Okay, so radius of 20 with a wall thickness of 5. Let's go wall thickness of 4.8. That's a Rancor from Fangs.com. I believe Chaos Cortec made that. Okay, that's not the right radius. No, wall thickness should be 4.8. If I did that right. I did not do it right. So why doesn't that work? If I make it 40 millimeters and I need 35, oh, it's half that. That's why. That's because I'm zoomed in. So I need 2.4. There we go. Let's make it 15 tall. That should be enough. Actually, screw this. If I do a wall thickness of 1.2, and then a diameter of 2.4 plus 35, 37.5. Oh shit, it's gotta be half that. So I need 35 plus 1 plus 0.6. 35 plus 0.6. So 36, I guess. No, Jesus Christ. I hate that it uses radius. Why can't I use diameter? Radius is a pain in the ass. 35 divided by 2. 17.5 plus 0.6 should be 38.1 or 18.1. So let's make it 18.2. There we go. Now I need to cut it. Yeah, partially. It's not finished. Jesus Christ, it's so slow. That is not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Then join it. There we go. Export. STL. Swanky the Helma. Let's bring it up in Simplify 3D. I'm going to have to pop the SD card out, which means I'll have to figure out how to get it back in. Because I need to copy the file to it. Let's go with the lioness. Okay, so I shouldn't need any top or bottom. Just straight up vase mode. We do want a 10 millimeter separated skirt. That should work. that should work fine. And it should only take 6 minutes to print. I didn't want to do straight vase mode because it might be too thin. The light would shine through, so double wall will be a little bit more opaque. Successfully exported. Okay. The computer should calm down a little bit now that I'm not using it anymore. Will I get lucky? Will it go in? Nope. It will not go in. Which means I gotta take it apart again. Get that damn SD card to lock in. I only put one in? Yeah, I only put one in. Okay. Really? I don't care. I cannot freaking see in there for the life of me. There it is. There we go. 'Tis locked in place. Do it again. See what I do to you. Like, I dare you. What the hell is going on here? There we go. Come on. Really? You gotta mess with me like that? The friggin' spool holder grabbed the camera. Said, "Ah, watch this." Yeah, I'll give you watch this. Yeah, I just gotta fix that. Okay. Let's get this out of the way for now. Come on. So do I, Isaac. Boy, this thing's really struggling. Almost there. I'm gonna close this browser window, see if that helps. See how it went up and now it comes back down? That's what I added to the G code to help reset the Z axis. And I think it works. So far I've gotten pretty reliable results. Although I haven't adjusted this printer yet. Is that too low, or is the filament not? It's coming. He's just trolling a little bit. Yeah, I'm too close. That's pretty easy to fix, though. Yeah, the stream is choppy. It's my end. The computer is struggling a little bit. I need to take apart this laptop, and I'm betting there's cat hair all over the fans. The cats like laying behind the laptop, and that would allow their cat hair to be sucked into the intake, which is going to reduce the ability of the cooling system to cool the CPU. When that happens, the CPU is going to throttle back to prevent itself being damaged. And when it throttles back, I won't have enough CPU cycles to do what I'm doing. So right now, my CPU is running at 92% capacity. And that's probably because it's throttled down. Now, since I have software called OBS that is capturing this camera inputs in these two cameras, it needs CPU cycles to do that. It's a pretty CPU intensive process. And that's why it's jerky. I can't smoothly transmit that content. It should get a little better now that I turned off the browser. No problem, I don't mind. It's definitely my end. It looks like it's better now. I'm still at 92%. The video looks reasonably smooth. I still see a little jerkiness in it. Not yet, but I do have the mouse and keyboard for it, and I do have the computer sitting right outside the door, so that's something I'm hoping to do this week. I've also got 32 gigs of RAM for it somewhere. Just gotta find it. Assuming it's the right kind of RAM. Whoop. Light fell off. That's because I pried it off and put it on like 10 times already. So I'm starting to wear out the little sticky pad. While that's doing that, where is my hot glue gun? That's not it. Oh, I don't know where it's at. I just had it. What did I do with it? I moved it somewhere. Nope, those are positive guys. That is my cordless soldering iron. Those are my lights outside. I'm just very good at making a mess and not being neat. His message repeats because he's repeating it. He's trolling a little bit. It's no big deal. So there's the idea, is that that will go on top of that. That is not opaque enough, and it's also not big enough. I need to increase the scale a little bit. But, seriously, why isn't that shining there? Come on. So, no, he's fine. He's not doing anything bad. So there we go. That's the idea. That would be a little shield to direct the light sideways so it doesn't blind you when you're looking at it. I just got to scale it up a tiny bit. Print it with black filament maybe. And that will let me, let's turn this off so you can see it. See? It's actually got to be a little bit bigger. You see it's not big enough to go around, to sit flush. What I'll do is I'll just hot glue that on there. Yeah, when you're printing at 0.6 millimeter thickness with a 0.4 millimeter layer height, prints happen really fast. Just from pure volumetric flow. It's nice. So yeah, I'll scale that up, 5%, 2%. I'll just make it 1 millimeter bigger. And then I'll be able to shield that light. I can stick that light on the side down here and have that shield on there. And that'll work. I would be happy with that. Now I want to take one of these apart just to see what's inside. What the hell? I have 100 of them. That's the thing, though. It's nice and fast. The prints are strong. I don't care if I destroy this because I have 99 more of them. Oh, yeah. We can take that apart. There we go. Oh, nice. Oh, very nice. We could definitely do something with that. That's much better. Oh, yeah. It also means I could put a little heat sink on the back here if I want. And now the shroud is actually too big. Now I got to shrink it down. The lights, I posted a link earlier in the stream. Can I find that again? Doesn't let me go back far enough. Okay, I'll add a link later. I'll put it in my LED section of my Amazon page. It's $35 and you get 100 of them. It's a string of them. It's made for a store, to go around the window in the store. And well, it's very easy for everyone not to be here. Go somewhere else. And then everyone won't be there. Me too. I have a thing for lights. And when he told me I can cut it anywhere because each one worked independently, I was like, hell yeah, I want that. And that makes this a lot smaller too. So it fits in this corner a lot better. I could put it all the way down here with the shroud on there to keep it from being blinding. And so I will shrink this down to fit that. How big is that? The actual cob is 24 millimeters across. So if I shrink this to 26, matter of fact, I want to do that now. Yeah, it's 1.8 watts. I want to figure out a way of dimming that down too, because I don't need it to be that bright. I'd like to get it under a watt. Let's turn off the X and Y change and make it 26.5 by 26.5. Will it still correctly slice? No. So I have to scale it in Tinkercad because I lose my double wall. Well, no, here it's using diameter. Because it was a little bit too big. So let me show you. I scaled it a little bit wrong, so you can see how it doesn't sit properly on here. So I just got to scale it up a little bit. But then I realized I could take that apart. I don't need that. This is even smaller and more compact, and it will be able to dissipate heat even better without that shroud on there. And I can make the shroud a lot smaller because now the shroud only has to fit over that. So I'm going to shrink the shroud down and then glue the shroud on here. My appointment's after 2 o'clock, so I got half an hour. Exactly. That's why I'm thinking maybe I'll put 2 of these in here, and I have to leave it 2. Maybe if I put 2 of these in here and run them in series, maybe I can get. Matter of fact, you know something? Let's try it right now. I've got time. I'm gonna go grab another LED. I'll be right back. Ow! It is 13:30 here. So got another LED. I love that I can take it apart. That makes this far more useful to me. And it's nice that I have all this excess wire now. And we're going to use the cordless one, so it's not such a pain in the ass. Of course, I can't find my heat shrink tubing, even though I have a gazillion tons of it. This is a cordless soldering iron. You can find that in my tools section, my USB. I have a whole section of my Amazon page for USB-C gadgets. So this has a USB-C port on it, and it's a battery-powered soldering iron. There we go. Let that heat up. Of course. What the hell else is new? Of course it would do that. Why wouldn't it do that? It grabbed my shirt and flung itself onto the floor. Yeah, I have an addiction for LED flashlights. I love LED lights. Why wasn't it heating up? There it goes. Yeah, me too. Why isn't this heating up? I was just using this, so I know it works. At least it did work. Did my freaking soldering iron die? I hope not. I love this soldering iron. But it's definitely not heating up. Oh! It wasn't in all the way. Or did I just strip something? I think I just stripped something. Maybe that's why they stopped selling it. I have so many goddamn power banks. Oh my god, I have so many power banks. I've actually stopped getting them because now I only want the ones that will do high speed charging. Like if you don't do high speed, I don't even want you anymore. Yeah, it looks like the socket broke free. At least it shouldn't be able to turn freely like that. Yeah, the solder joint broke. They were using the solder joint as a structural function. That can't be good. So back to the plug-in soldering iron. Red light is up to temperature, which obviously it wasn't. Back to using this one. This is pretty cool. It actually shows you its active live temperature as it's heating up. That's pretty cool. Exactly, that's what I want to do. This can get hot enough to do it. It is an 18650 cell, but it's not a naked cell, so you'd have to desolder to replace the cell, but it is a replaceable cell. Okay. So it does use a 18650 cell here. Pretty decent one, it looks like. As you see, this turns freely, and it's shutting. Yeah, I guess it is a little meta, isn't it? Let's line that up. Oh, there it goes. I think we got it. Question is, did I short it? So the cell is removable. But as you can see, the cell is soldered in place, but it is a replaceable cell in theory. It's not what I would call user replaceable, but it is DIY replaceable. There we go. Okay. I should be able to just put it back together. Nope, that's got to go there. How does that board sit in there? Let's just try turning it on. Turned right off. I probably broke the other solder joint too when I twisted it. Yeah, it turns off immediately. Yeah, there's a short. So this is damaged. This bit right here. So I was able to I resoldered that connection. Why can't I line this up? Why is this so hard to do? So I resoldered that connection, but the negative connection is probably also broken because this was turning freely. Yeah, it's a bulb socket. So I'll probably have to desolder and remove that bulb socket and try to get it replaced. Because I really, really like this soldering iron, so I want to try to make this work. At the minimum, this should have had a tab on it that would lock into this frame so that that can't turn. Because every time you put this in or out, you're stressing that connection to the board. That's a very poor design. Yeah, the PCB should come out. There it goes. Take the whole thing apart. Yeah, I'm guessing that the socket itself was damaged. Yeah, I'll have to play with that. Well, it would be shorting the circuit board, and it obviously has a failsafe to stop anything bad happening. Yes, he turns off immediately, so it has some sort of a failsafe. So yeah, so what I'll have to do is I'll have to remove this bulb socket and see if I can get another one. If I can't fix this one, and try to repair it. But it should be serviceable. I should be able to fix it, hopefully, because I really, really like this thing. I can't get another one. I don't think they're available anymore. So, but I love the fact that it's USB-C. It's just freaking awesome. Alrighty, let's get the soldering iron going again. There we go. While that's heating up, we will prepare the other PCB here to connect. I don't even know if this is going to work, because these might not run at 6 volts. We're about to find out. Ooh, that wire cuts easy. Go. At 43, I got 15 minutes. There we go. So that's negative, negative to positive. And that's assuming I can connect these in series. It might not work. Okay, let's see what happens. Nope, does not work. So I can't connect them in series. That won't work. That's a pity. I was hoping it would work on 6 volts. My guess is these little chips here won't let it run, or it's just too many to, it's not meeting its minimum startup voltage. Oh well. I'm still gonna get the one in here. Let's make sure it still works. Yes. And just for the hell of it, let's make sure this one works. Yep, that works. So that does still work. Well, I like that it was 18650 and that it was USB-C. That was kind of the selling point for me. All right, let's resolder that together. I should be able to just use the existing solder on there. There we go. That should work. So I will redesign the part to fit directly on the cob. I'll find out what I need to dim this down. I don't know if I can get a little potentiometer to do that or if I have to use a resistor. But making this dimmer would be nice. I'd like to get it under a watt. Because 1 watt of light. Oh, I just touched the soldering iron. It's still hot. But I'd like to get it under a watt because that'd be more than enough light. And go from there. Yeah, you can go there. Dumb thing. But, we'll go from there, see what happens. So, that's it. There we go. Potentiometer would be nice because you can adjust it, but that would be more complex. But then again, it's just my machine, so I don't care. I gotta pop the SD card out again so I can print the new design. No, it shouldn't be that complex. I'm worried about costs, though. Not my cost, but the cost of having somebody else do this. You know, I want it to be cheap for them. I want it to be easy and cheap modification. But we'll go from there. I'm going to try to fix this iron later. I'm going to take apart the that light bulb socket and see what I can do with it. Hopefully it's serviceable because I really, really like it. I would love for them to start making, like, for example, I would love for them to design this. So, I would like to make it so that this part here either unscrewed and opened up, or this whole bottom screwed off like a flashlight, and you just slip a naked 18650 inside. That's what I'd prefer they do. I'm starting to really razz on these guys about serviceability. I'm tired of disposable components and non-serviceable parts. I'm starting to get sick and tired of that. It's like, you want my money, you want my good, you want a 5-star review from me, it needs to be serviceable. There we go. That is in the slot. That goes in that slot. And this should then go together. Well, the bottom is in. The damn switch keeps wanting to come out. There we go. Got it. So it does go back together. So that's a good thing. And I will muck around with that light bulb. It is literally a light bulb socket. They literally just put a light bulb socket on the end of that. Hey, if it works, right? Allows you to change the tips. But we'll go for. Hopefully, I can fix that. I really like this thing. It's look how small that is. It's just so small and compact, and you just plug a USB-C cable into it. I love that everything's going to USB-C. It's a universal high power connection. You can charge, not this of course, but the protocol is capable of up to 100 watts. I've even seen higher. I have several 100-watt USB-C plugs, so that I have a battery. It's a 5,000 milliamp external battery, and it can charge at 100 watts. So literally, this thing goes from dead to full in 17 minutes. It's incredible. It's great when you're in traveling because, like, if you come back to the room to get a shower or something like that before dinner, you can plug this battery in, get your shower, and by the time you get out of the shower, it's fully recharged. It's just ridiculous how fast it is to be able to dump that much power into something so quickly. So that's it. I got another one of those little batteries. These little batteries, it's a different style, but it's the same thing. It's a slightly different style of the exact same battery, except the screen is stupidly bright. But yeah, it's the same light, same AC port. It's the exact same unit, just in a different shell. So this one, this one's in a bit more of a compact shell. So you can see it's a little shorter. It's about the same width and thickness. And then it has a fold-down handle instead of the built-in handle. I prefer this style because it's more compact in the luggage and whatnot. But they both function exactly identically. But the reason I like these is that it has USB-C PD 60-watt output that's bidirectional, which means I can charge this by USB-C PD at 60 watts. It does hurt it, but who cares? The function of such a device is to be charged fast. So if the device lasts a little less, that's okay. You're giving that up to meet its design function. And then, for example, if I can get it over here, see, I got this one here. And this one's not too bad. It's 250 watt hours. It's actually pretty good capacity. But the problem is the DC doesn't work. It's not regulated. So as soon as I plug my fridge into this, which is only drawing 45 watts, so it's not drawing a lot of power, the voltage sags to 10.6 volt and the freezer turns off. While this one has a regulated output, so it handles the load and doesn't sag. And, I mean, if normal charging hurt it, that'd be bad. Well, technically, all batteries are damaged by recharging. The nature of the charge-discharge cycle damages the battery. So yes, fast charging it all the time will degrade it faster. But that's the purpose of that battery pack, to be charged fast. So that I don't have to wait if I need that battery now. And so that's kind of its point in existing. So I don't mind the shorter lifespan if it gives me the functionality that I require. It also can put out 100 watts. Or 65 watts or something like that. So it can charge other things that fast too. Cool, thank you. Is it USB-C? Because for me, that was the whole point, is that it's USB-C. No special goddamn chargers, no special power brick. That's why I won't buy there's 2 battery boxes from Vince right now. I won't touch them because I can't charge them by USB-C. The brand... S-Ball. Whatever that means. I should be able to find it, actually. Oh, nice. Please. I'll look forward to that link. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Yep, it's the exact same product. Here, I'll show you. This one's just by Black Cube, but it's just rebranded. It's the exact same product. See? Here's the exact same stand. And it's just a white cable instead of a black cable. But yeah, it's the exact same product. You'll see that a lot on Amazon. You'll see the same product sold by multiple people. And then you'll also have branding. A lot of these Chinese companies will rebrand the product for you. So they'll put your, where is it at? So what they'll do is they'll just change this sticker right here. You can see this is just a plate with a sticker on it. You see it coming up. See how the sticker's coming up? So all it is a different sticker. So the one you sent me has yeah, you can see it's the same exact thing. I'll show you. Not quite exactly the same thing. It is slightly different. It's a different shape. So it's two different companies making the same thing. Okay. Interesting. It looks like it's using the same threaded tip. Although this one might have a multi-emitter LED. Yeah, this is like 25 bucks too. So this one might have a 3-cell LED right there for checking the battery status. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you can see it's lighting up different colors. So that does have a battery status ability. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's an upgrade. It's a touch sensor, which I'm not super thrilled by. Oh, isn't that interesting? So this one turns off until you're holding on to it. I'm not sure which one will be better. It does still have screws, so you should be able. Looks like it's basically the same design though. You can see how I got the 4 screws there and the one on the end. This one's the same thing. The 4 screws there and the one on the end there. Now, one difference is this one apparently has the USB-C port on the tail cap, while this one here has the USB-C port up here. Not entirely sure which one's better, but maybe they have a more firm mount for the screw-in socket. Yeah, see? It's the same light bulb socket. There it is, see? Same light bulb socket tip. Cool. I just might keep an eye out for that. I can't afford to buy things. I wait for Vince to provide it. Like, talk about annoying. I found this little adapter that takes the little square charging port that the X1 Carbon from Lenovo uses. This is my little X1 Carbon. And it's 20 volts. Well, USB-C PD can put out 20 volts. So they have a little adapter that allows you to use USB-C to charge the X1 Carbon, which is freaking awesome. And so I couldn't find one, so I bought one. They were like 16 bucks each. And then, of course, Vince provides one last night. I was like, screw you. I haven't even gotten the other ones from Amazon yet, so I got to return them now, since I don't need them, since I got it from Vince. Oh, it's always something, right? That's why I avoid buying anything, because I know as soon as I buy it, it's going to show up. But it's cool. Thank you, Dennis. I'm glad to see them making more of them. I was afraid they weren't going to make them anymore. I'm sorry. Yawning like crazy. But all right, I got to get out of here. We got to go and meet the officer. Finish filling out that report, since Sephora requires a police report. What a pain in the butt. So I'm going to head out, and we're going to go take care of that. I do have 2 laser cutters coming in from Vince, and I still have a 3D printer. So we have, in the coming weeks, we're going to have 2 laser cutters and another printer to play with. So one of them is a $375 laser cutter. So it's big, 420 by 450 cut area. So we'll see how good it is. I will see you guys later. Don't forget to check out the links down below. Those links allow you to support me when you're doing your normal purchasing. You know, if you click on my eBay link and you buy something on eBay, I get a small commission. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. That's required wording from Amazon. We are getting ready to start doing the puzzle stuff. Check this one out. I love the box it comes in. It comes in this beautiful box. These are really expensive, so I snatch them up whenever I can get them, but I only get them when I get them big. But that's a nice big one. 266 pieces, which is a lot for these. And it comes in this beautiful wooden box. It also comes with a mini puzzle. Oh, I think that goes in here. It comes with this little mini puzzle, which I don't know what it is. I think it's a smaller version of this, but the pieces are actually made of wood. They're actually made of wood. And they're all like weird, freaky shapes. Like they're not normal puzzle shapes. Some of them are animal shapes. Yeah, really, really cool. I look forward to playing with this and having fun with this. And so Michelle and I are going to start doing that soon. I think to start with, I don't know if I should do it on Life of Nerys or if I should do it as a separate channel. I'm not sure. Because I know if you mix the wrong kind of content together, that can hurt. So we'll have to play with it. But this is going to be a ton load of fun to play with this puzzle. And I have dozens and dozens of these. Now, I only have a few of the wooden ones. I got like 5 or 6 of these wooden ones. But we have over 60 puzzles. So that's enough for like a year and a half's worth of content. So it's going to be fun. I also got 5D diamond painting kits and paint by number kits. So we'll be able to vary the content a little bit. So hopefully we can increase our monetary income. I also have Patreon link down below if you want to support me monthly. PayPal link down below if you want to send a one-time support for the channel. I appreciate it. This is my sole source of income. This is how we make our money. And we don't have to go to a slave lord and bend over and take it up the ass for a slave wage of minimum wage. I'm making minimum wage, but it's at least I'm making it, and I'm not profiting someone else to make it. So I'm happy with that. That makes me happy. I will see you guys next week.